everyone, it's Brian, aka Hopper, and as you can tell, I got a backpack on. That's usually a pretty good indication that I'm going to be doing some hiking and backpacking. Now, where am I? Well, I'm here in the Mediterranean on the Italian island of Sardinia. Yeah, it's just off the western coast of Italy, and the trail I'll be doing is a less known trail, and it's called Cammino Torri, or the Trail of 100 Towers, and it goes around the entire perimeter of Sardinia. And it connects the constellation of towers that used to defend this island against foreign invaders and pirates. But now it's a hiking trail. And right behind me, yep, that's the first tower. There's supposed to be about 100 of them. I'm not sure if there's exactly 100, give or take, but there's a bunch of them. And we're gonna connect them all. The entire trail is 1,284 kilometers, or roughly 800 miles. It's gonna be great. You're never more than 2 kilometers from the ocean, so the views are supposed to be spectacular. But I gotta get going, so let's hike on. Well, the trail is a complete loop. I'm starting here in Cagliari because, well, there's a major airport here, plus the guidebook actually has the directions starting from here, so that's where I'm starting from. You can start it anywhere you want, but just make it easier on yourself. The trail takes us right down by the port. Here we have cruise ships, pleasure ships, and of course the Port Authority of Cagliari. Okay, so we have our first detour. So the trail goes to this little military area, but they're saying it's closed, so that's all right. Let's do a little variant. And after a slight detour, we are back on the trail. Yeah, as you can tell, some of it is paved path. Some of the trail is supposed to be dirt, and of course there is some asphalt. And thanks to this little public water source, we got some water on the trail. Of course, it is a bicycle, running, scooter trail, so you'd expect that. Oh look, there's another one up ahead too. Well, I don't know if that's a good sign. Up on the hillside on the left, you can see the remains of a tower that, based on the antenna, looks like it's a communications tower now. And on the right is a much larger archaeological ruin of an ancient building that looks like they're trying to keep it totally intact. The views already aren't disappointing one bit. And of course, here's another tower. I got a feeling we're gonna see a lot of these. All right, let's take a closer look at this tower. Near the top of this hill, it looks like an old World War II gun emplacement based on those metal rods that are in a circular shape. But it looks like you can go down into that hole. Let's see what we have down here. I hope this is where people slept and they didn't keep dead bodies. Very cool. And here is a secondary gun emplacement. Of course, the gun's been removed. You get a good view from here all the way to the south. Well, this is as close as we're gonna get to that lighthouse because this is another military zone. You can see the radar down there in the lower right, searching for something. The Cammino Torri is split up into 8 tracks, or vie. And within these are 70 separate sub-tracks. We just finished the first one after 3 hours. So, got to reload the map for number 2 and then hike on. We find ourselves walking literally on the beach. Okay, yeah, I could definitely enjoy this. This is so much easier on the feet. And just like on most seaside towns, you gotta stop for some seafood. And linguine with clam sauce is right up my alley. You know, something I just realized is that since this trail completely surrounds the entire island and is never more than 2 kilometers from the water, every town is going to be a seaside town. Every town is going to have fresh seafood. This is going to be the best trail food ever. Well, looks like just a normal beach, and oh, hey, look, it's another tower. I think we're going to see a bunch of them. While the beach continues, we are leaving the city of Cagliari. Well, I've already seen a number of these, But these are the Cammino Torri stickers, which indicate we're on the right path. And apparently there's a really big dog, or really loud dog, right in there. It appears that I've arrived at my lodging accommodations for the evening. This is Villa Tekla, and it was in the guidebook. The place was recommended, and so I figured I'd give it a shot. I sent a WhatsApp message to the number that was in the guidebook, and the profile picture was a nun, so it may be a convent. It's a bit of a dorm setup here. It is a religious institution of some sort, since I think I saw a priest and a couple nuns. Here's my bed. Not too bad, and there is a shower, plus a little sink in here as well. I gotta say one thing, the nuns here are very hospitable. I was just settling into my room, and they're like, hey, have you eaten dinner? I was like, well, I've got some bread. And they're like, no, come down and have some soup. So that's some good nun soup right there. Yummy. Just as I started digging into my soup, she brought out some meat, cheese, and bread. Not too bad. Hey, good morning. Well, just left the convent area there. The ladies were super cool. I mean, I never really hung out with nuns before, but no, they were nice. They fed me, and of course, they do take a donation for your stay. So yeah, they didn't really speak English, but one of the nuns spoke Spanish, so she would try to speak to me in Spanish, but for some reason, she would also just throw in French words, but for some reason, I picked up on the French words, and we were able to communicate. I don't speak a lick of English, but that's okay. But now, it's another day, so we gotta hike on. Not too far away from our accommodations last night, we have some Roman ruins. This is where the Tower of San Andrea in the Villa Romana is located. It's more ruined now, but it's a nice little place. And you can see some of the, the archaeological site. But yeah, but nope, pretty cool. But we got to get back on trail. Got a lot of kilometers to do today. Well, it's pretty cool to walk along the beach. I mean, you're literally walking right here on the Mediterranean on the beach. What a great way to start the morning. Now, I said I got a lot of kilometers to do today, and I'm gonna put everything in kilometers because that's what they do here. If you wanna know what it is in miles, just divide it by 1.6. So for the rest of this trip, kilometers is the way to go. I mean, we're in Europe after all. But I thought I did 28.7 kilometers yesterday, which isn't too bad considering I didn't really start until 11:30 in the morning because I had to do some supplies to get things that, well, you can't bring on the airplane, anything sharp, camp fuel, stuff that burns. So, but when I was in my accommodations last night, I think I recalculated it, and the numbers, there's a little discrepancy in the numbers. It could have been 28.7, could have been 22.5. If it's a lower number, I need to step it up because it's just, I won't finish in time. I think I need to average like 26.5 kilometers per day based on my schedule. So, because there isn't like a point where you can just like click on the map and it tells you exactly how far you've gone. You have to kind of add up the different stages. So, and there's the first stage, one thing said it was 9.5 kilometers, one said it was like 15.6. Either way, I'm not in a cubicle. I'm on the beach in the Mediterranean here in Sardinia. After a 7:15 a.m. start, I'm here by a pillbox from World War II. It's been decorated by the local graffiti artists, but it's also a great place to have a little breakfast. This is totally a European breakfast. I got some bread that was left over from the restaurant yesterday, and this cheese was courtesy of the nuns. When they gave me dinner, I didn't finish it, but I figured it'd be great with breakfast. And here's my little cutting tool that I picked up at the local Decathlon, which is a sporting goods store here, and it'll help me cut the cheese. We find a very well-preserved defensive fighting position, and it's open. Let's take a look. Inside that structure, the walls inside, they were black from burning. So it's quite possible that the reason why that thing was so intact is because when it was taken during World War II, people inside all burned to death, unfortunately. Okay, so there's a sign and the map is telling me to go check out this Nuragic. Well, we've got a large cactus, a rock, and some other rock, but there's some stairs going down. Let's see where it goes. Okay, I have really no idea what that was all about, but hey, at least we're on a cool trail. Ooh, go check out the ocean. Now this is definitely one of the cooler towers I've seen, and most likely the oldest I've seen just based on the construction. While the main part of the tower has the original rock construction, the top here has been reinforced with modern concrete. And the views from here, oh yeah, you can definitely defend this port and area from any foreign invader. We saw this tower a little earlier from a distance, but it's actually open. You can almost see and smell the history. The trail gets really close to the water, and during high tide, oh yeah, you're almost getting your feet wet. And we have reached the end of stage number 2. There's only 68 stages to go. And this is a bit of a bus stop too, so I guess you could take a bus, but that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of, you know, getting out and walking, getting to enjoy Sardinia. So, all right, let's begin stage 3. This here is the official guidebook here, and in stage 3, we're at Terramala, and we're going to Villaggio Mandorli. So this next stage should be 24.9 kilometers. Not sure if I'll make that all today, considering I've already gone a bunch, but nah, shouldn't be too bad. And right here is a QR code. You scan this, you put in a password, and it'll actually pull it up as a map on your phone. There's a stretch here where you're on a mountain road. There's definitely some incline, but you get a great view of the ocean from up here. Oh, and if you need any appliances, yep, there's some right there for you. Well, after a few kilometers, the trail left that busy road that didn't have much of a sidewalk at all. So it's good to be up here, got a great view, and getting onto an actual trail. This feels so much better. Now this might look like trash to you, but I see a sealed bottle of water, and I'll call that trail magic, because someone left it, dropped it, and I'm gonna retrieve it, especially since I'm down to about half a liter of water. The trail brings us right back down here to the water. What do we have here? Some scuba diving. Wonder if they're open. That water does look pretty cold. Last I heard it was about 15 degrees Celsius. Brrr. Well, about noon, I found my first place to actually get some food. There's a little deli inside there. So, but I thought maybe I'd get a sandwich, but oh yeah, they had pizza. So, gotta get the pizza on. The good thing about eating at these local restaurants, well, it helps me because A, I love Italian food. B, I don't have to carry all that food in my backpack, which lightens my load. And C, and this is actually probably the most important one, and that's it helps the local economy. Because there aren't a lot of foreign tourists around here, so if we can help and contribute to the local places along the way, then that's a definite plus. Oh wow. If the water was just a few degrees warmer, I would definitely jump in there, but I don't feel like freezing my cojones off. We are taking a spur off of the trail, a couple hundred meters. There's supposed to be another tower. And just around this corner, there it is, there's the tower. We've been looking at the scenery and the sea, but you know, the houses here are actually really nice. Up top there, I don't know if that's a mansion, condominium, or a hotel, but there's some very exquisite houses. Well, I'm here in the town of Solanas. It's very quiet. There aren't many lodging accommodations. It's not as far of a day as I wanted. There's still another like 2.5 hours of daylight, but the next place I was looking at going, they actually don't open for another month and a half. So that's just not an option. And to go beyond that would have me hiking until like midnight. So I'm here. There is a Airbnb. So it's the only one that I can find that's actually open. I did talk to the lady on the phone, but I just need her to actually come here and open the door. So yeah, this is gonna be the night, and yeah, having a good time. Eventually, I made it here inside the bed and breakfast. It's a really nice place. Got a nice bed, private bathroom, and it's only like €30 a night, which here in Italy, Sardinia, you aren't legally allowed to wild camp like you will on other trails, like in the US, like Pacific Crest Trail, Arizona Trail, Colorado Trail. It's not technically allowed. Now, do people do it sometimes? Yes. So for only €30, you got a great place. Other hotels will be more expensive. But I think today was, if I calculated correctly, it's about 24 kilometers, which actually makes it look like I'm actually at about, I want to say 53 kilometers over 2 days. So I'm definitely on pace, and I recalculated again, and I think I'll have to do like 22.5 kilometers a day in order to finish the trail on time. But so far, Sardinia has been great. Very few people speak English. Of course, I'm going through a little more rural areas too, so that's actually a good thing. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm really enjoying it, the views, the coastline, and yeah. So let me wrap up this short video and add this, because a lot of people are asking me, hey Brian, Hopper, where are you? What are you doing? So let me post this so everyone can see, and they can stop, doing the like the crazy ex-girlfriend thing. It's like, where are you? Who are you with? Well, I'm in Sardinia and I'm hiking alone. So all right, hike on.